coffee here. I'm adjusting my camera. And you may be able to see I shaved. Shaved my head, shaved my face. Wasn't planning to shave my face, but I messed up trimming it. So it's all gone. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Thursday. It's December 17th, 2020. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Why do we do that 30 seconds to kind of throw away? Because, well, sometimes people want to watch live and they're 30 seconds late. So we give them a chance. It's snowing. I've got a whopping inch or two out there. Maybe 3. It's pretty fluffy. But saw a post from a friend with 18 inches and it was still coming down. This is quite a big storm. I wonder what's going on for everybody. I haven't checked the news or anything this morning, but I expect it's causing tons of chaos. Clearly it was severe enough that they plowed the road early, which is nice. I appreciate the road crews here in town. They do a pretty good job. So, yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Yesterday I got a lot of work done. A lot of good work done. Chipping away at some things, at some projects, got some stuff coming off the back burner for whistlekick, which I'm excited about. Some things that people haven't heard of because we haven't really been working on them. And, people starting to come in to help out with things and saying, okay, why don't you help me with this? Why don't you help me with this? As we build this, conglomerate of martial artists who are supporting other martial artists. It's kind of awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for all the things that we got going on. 2021 is going to be a big year. I figured out a lot of stuff this year. A lot of what works, what doesn't work. And yeah, I'll continue to make mistakes. I'll continue to mess stuff up. I'll change things. We'll have new things. We'll retire old things. But it'll be better. Got a bunch of stuff in the mail yesterday, most of it from Amazon, some stuff for the cat, not toys, meds, but also received, and I was pretty pumped about this. So a couple months ago, I commissioned a friend who does woodworking, really nice woodworking, primarily cutting boards, which sound boring, but he does these absolutely beautiful cutting and serving boards, and they look great. And so I reached out and I said, hey, I want you to make me one of these. And my intention had been that it was going to be used for the Secret Santa for the family that we are no longer doing. Or not the Secret Santa, for the Yankee swap that we are no longer doing. We're doing a Secret Santa, and I've already bought those gifts. And they've already been delivered. So, yesterday, this absolutely stunning cutting board came, and it doesn't have a place to go. Oh no! I guess I bought myself a gift. Too bad. It would double as a heavy murder device. It's huge. It's a huge block of wood. So, went to the gym yesterday. Ate dinner. Watched TV. You see, there's a pattern in my life. With the exception of whistlekick and the work I do during the day, my life's pretty boring. And that's okay. Eventually, someday, there won't be again. What's going on today? I'm working on the book, chipping away. And that's something I'll share. I'm in the second to last chapter on the book. And there was a situation that came up with the characters that I really needed to spend some time with, because if I did it wrong, it wasn't going to be believable. And I hate bad dialogue. I've talked about that before. And it took me some time, but I finally figured my way through it, and I think this sets up everything for the rest of the book. I think it definitely gets me to the end of this chapter pretty easily. and then we'll have to see what the final chapter is. It's an adventure for me as much as it will be for any of you who read it. I don't know what's going on. I'm just telling the story. When I've read stuff about Stephen King and his process, especially with the Dark Tower series, as he described it, he was just telling the story. It wasn't his story. It was coming through him. I'm not quite going to say that about this, because so much of it is based on people I know. But I don't feel like I'm entirely telling the story. I feel like some of it is just me being a vehicle. So maybe I'll get chapter 8 done today. A couple calls. I don't know what else is going on. I have no idea what my schedule is today. Work, work, work. Then more work, work, work. That's what my day is every day, isn't it? Alrighty. So, I'm out of stuff to say. So let's see what you gave me to talk about. Remember, if you have stuff you want me to talk about, you can leave it in the comment section of the show after it closes. And for those of you who tune in live, I love that you're here. I do. And I love when you comment, when you chime in. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. It makes me feel like I'm not sitting on this couch by myself doing a show. So those of you who watch live, I have 2 requests. 1, hit the thumbs up button. And 2, just chime in once in a while. Say hi. Offer your perspective. It's, there's a delay to it, but so what? We've got 4 quotes from Bruce Lee. I think Frank likes Bruce Lee a bit. That's my sense. These are from Frank. BT dubs. In the middle of chaos lies opportunity. Yes. Here's a great example. If you bought stock in just about anything back in March of this year, you would be up quite a bit. My portfolio, which I pretty much just started during the beginning of the pandemic, I think I bought my first stuff in April with Robinhood, I'm up 23%. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have a much better idea now. I made some terrible picks early on. But, yeah, there is always opportunity in chaos. What about, here's a good one. What about the cliche in TV and movies when there's this big, like, group fight, maybe at a bar, and the main character just kind of walks out? There's opportunity in chaos. We see it in life. We see it in combat. What about in training? It's an opportunity to work on staying focused, to work on ignoring what's going on around you. It's a pretty valuable skill. If you were on the verge of some kind of street confrontation and there was some noise behind you, but your threat is right here, let's say it's a car backfiring, it's not something that could be a threat. Most people are still going to look at that dramatic noise. That's when you get punched in the face. There's opportunity in chaos. You got to look for it, though. Simplicity is the key to brilliance. One of my favorite words is elegant. Something is elegant. What makes it elegant? Good morning, Emmett. Elegance isn't fancy. Elegance isn't over the top. It's not ostentatious. Elegance is simple, refined, effective. some of the combinations that you know that you may use in sparring or self-defense are probably elegant. I find a lot of the 2 and 3 technique combinations, like a parry, block, parry, into some kind of grab. The whole brush, grab, strike that comes out of Filipino martial arts I find elegant. I like things that are elegant. The cutting board I talked about is elegant. I would show you, but it's not going to look as nice on camera, and I don't really feel like leaving camera to go get it. It's a simple design. It is effective. It is attractive. It is clear that the person who made it has a great deal of skill. And that happens in a lot of places. If you look at, Emmett says, a good teacher always has a lot of class. Ha! I like to joke, but the reality, the truth in there is absolutely true. You want to see elegant, compare the way wealthy people did things 100 years ago versus now. That's elegant. You look at luxury cars like Rolls-Royce from 80, 90, 100 years ago. Even today, actually, Rolls-Royce cars are fairly understated compared to a lot of things. That's elegant. It's simple. Elegance carries with it a confidence that is unshaken. It doesn't need to play up to what other people want it to be. And it's something that I aim for. Not the wealth part, but I wouldn't mind it. I'm hoping for it. But the simplicity, the interdependency, the effectiveness of the system. Now to pull it back to the quote, simplicity is the key to brilliance. The best solutions to problems are simple. The best self-defense techniques are simple. Bill Wallace, aka Superfoot, is regarded as one of the best fighters of all time. How many techniques in his system? 7. That's it. Side kick, hook kick, roundhouse kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. That's it. And yet, at 75 years old, he could still take nearly any of us to task. Because what he does is simple, it's brilliant, it's elegant, it's incredibly effective. Because instead of saying, oh, we need this more complex thing to cover this scenario and this scenario and this scenario, simply found subtle ways to adapt what was there for those different scenarios and didn't allow a lack of skill to get in the way. He kept getting better. If that set of techniques allowed for this situation to occur, he would make sure he got better in whatever way he needed to make sure that couldn't occur. That's why he retired undefeated. Coffee's not as good today. I wonder why. It's so funny how different coffee can be from day to day. I don't get it. A quick temper will make a fool of you soon enough. You ever get angry? I get angry. Not often anymore. People who make me angry have been removed from my life. I still have situations that make me upset. But I've learned a temper doesn't serve me. I grew up with a temper. When I was a kid, I had a temper. I didn't know how to express myself. But I figured that out, and now it doesn't happen often, but when I get angry, I reach a point where I actually get incredibly calm. That's, and I've had girlfriends that drives me nuts. We're in the middle of a fight and they're yelling, and I'm just very calm, very steady, robotic-like, because if I don't, I'll explode. But what does a temper get you? Somebody says or does something, and maybe even to intentionally upset you. Why give them that power? There was something in, maybe Frank can find the line. I believe this is in Zen in the martial arts, and it's Bruce Lee talking about abruptly canceling plans with someone, or just not returning a call, something like that. And the gist is, I can't get that time back. I'm not going to waste it on that person. And that's something that I've tried to embody. If I have someone who's not adding to my life, I'm not going to keep them in it. I've got a finite amount of time to accomplish my goals, to enjoy what's going on. And if somebody's going to negatively impact that, well, there's a good chance that you're not getting included. And there were a lot of people I used to include in a lot of things, and I've slowly whittled them out. And you know what? 2020 has shown me who really matters. The people who reach out to me, the people who respond to my messages. I know who those people are. It's a really small list. That's okay. I would rather build from a stable, small foundation than something much bigger and but shaky. Right? You can always build a tower if you've got a good foundation. But do you really want to build a palace on quicksand? I just made that up. Stacy says, I've always warned people about when I get calm in an argument, leave the room. And Emmett says, that's true. Quietness is a big giveaway. Yeah. And our final one for the day. I've come to understand that life is best lived, not conceptualized. Life is best lived, not conceptualized. What's the purpose of life? What's the meaning of life? Why are we here? You can ask that question in a bunch of different ways. But I think the purpose is to live it, to do it, to experience it, to share it. It's active. It's not a sedentary role. It's not, life is not meant to be observed. Life is meant to be lived. We have to get out there. We have to engage. We have to figure out what we like and what we don't like. We have to try to leave things a little bit better than we found them. That's one of my guiding philosophies. Given any situation where a whole bunch of people contributed to making it what it is, act in such a way that if everybody did this, the problem would be resolved or things would be better. Do a little bit more than your share. I don't pick up every piece of trash I find on the side of the road, but I don't throw trash on the side of the road, and I pick up some. A little bit more than my share. It's a much easier way to be. And it says, in life, we should all leave our mark of our time here. We don't have long, make it count. I agree. There are a lot of people who are constantly looking for the next thing that's going to suddenly change their life, and in the process they burn so much. People in business who constantly look for shortcuts and will burn tons of money and tons of time instead of just doing the work. There are no shortcuts in martial arts. You don't find some secret techniques and videos and watch them and all of a sudden you are the best. No, you got to put in time. You got to grind away. You got to punch and kick and throw and fall and bruise and bleed. That's how you get better. It's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. You just do the work. And if you show me anything that has been successful, I will show you a person or people who just did the work. It is incredibly rare that success comes without a lot of work. And you could make the argument that even in those cases where the success seems to come very suddenly, it was only because of all the work done prior by them and by others that created the situation that allowed for the success. So that's what's going on. Yeah. So I'm going to go. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope that you will leave me some comments, some things to talk about tomorrow for Friday's episode. We'll have some jokes. And I hope you have a productive, happy, healthy day. I mean, it's coming in. I have had many students ask about the secret techniques. My answer every time is this. My answer every time is this. I learned over many years. Turn up. Show up. Do the work. Put in the time. Yeah. For sure. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.